As lifelong proponents of Star Wars, we enjoy highlighting and studying the good stories in that universe. Today we're going to be returning to the best show that Lucasfilm has to offer, Andor. We're going to be analyzing a tense power struggle between Dedra and Blevin wrapped up in a clinical boardroom scene. Massive spoilers for Andor, so if you haven't caught it, please go watch it and then come back for this video. In Season 1, Episode 7, titled Announcement, written by Stephen Schiff and Tony Gilroy and directed by Benjamin Caron, we get another ISB roundtable where the relevant players jockey for position. This scene starts off with the tail end of a report from another supervisor who is little more than a background character.
Your guidance would be welcome, sir.
Very well, let's have a full audit of all hyperspace lanes leading to Ord Mantell on my desk by this time tomorrow.
As you wish.
The filmmakers have been drip-feeding us this character, keeping him in the consciousness of the audience. He will become important later on, and if you'd like to see an analysis of his big moment, our video on that will be linked up there. We move into the main conflict, where Blevin lodges a charge against Dedra.
Mr. Blevin.
Sir.
I sensed something eager in you this morning. Am I mistaken?
Dedra has been relying on her instincts throughout the show as she tries to climb the ladder, but has been held back by bureaucracy. She and Blevin have bumped heads before, but for the most part, Dedra has been put in her place. This time, Dedra's actions are brought to the table publicly, and their passive-aggressive natures take the floor as they jab at each other.
You determined her request was out of order and in violation of the chain of command.
That's not accurate. You advised me to reinforce my suspicions with data and to be careful in my work going forward.
Careful? Is that your defense? You've been careful?
It is revealed that Dedra found a way to access data without a formal request, and after she had been denied that same data. With her iconic scowl, she concedes the point, but levels her own question to the table. The Empire has created a rigid structure for the galaxy, and she questions if the rebels really care about following that structure.
Yes. I used the Imperial Emergency Act in the wake of Aldhani to gather data across multiple sectors without official sanction, but that is the wrong question. I'd like to know if anyone here believes the rebellion plans its actions around the artificially constructed boundaries of our sectors.
She found the loophole in their system because she realized that the rebels were using loopholes of their own. If we dig a little deeper, we can see a parallel being drawn. The top rebel of the show, Luthen, is using Imperial methods to fight back, while the top Imperial of the show, Dedra, is using rebel methods to fight as well. Dedra has come prepared and can prove her earlier suspicions. She may have used underhanded methods to get the data, but when that data ultimately helps their cause, does it matter? The tables turn once again when she levels her own accusation against Blevin, who counters calmly and concisely.
I believe Supervisor Blevin is aware. I have a documented file ready to go. I believe his accusations here this morning have more to do with self-preservation than any sense of urgency.
What's more urgent than a renegade intelligence officer?
Dedra is momentarily beaten, but much to her own surprise, their head supervisor declares her win. The ISB is Star Wars' version of the CIA, and even the rest of the Empire dreads an encounter with him. They have power, resources, and a direct line to the Emperor. But most importantly, they have ambition. Intelligence and ambition is a formidable couple.
I'll have to think about that. For the moment, I'm reassigning the Morlana sector to Supervisor Mira. Ferrix is of great interest to her and has clearly become a distraction for you. I see no urgent problem, but as always, I salute the provocative exchange of ideas.
This scene tells an entire story from inciting incident, midpoint, crisis, climax, and all the way to resolution. Dedra starts in a state of stasis and is forced out of it by external forces and must defend her actions in this cutthroat world. This scene is punctuated by the cold and clinical, uptight nature of the Empire. All of this comes together to show us that we don't need lightsabers for a brilliant battle. Scenes like this are what make Andor not just a great Star Wars show, but a great show. Period. And as always, may the Force be with you.
Well played.
Thank you, sir.
Watch your back.